All eyes on Doge. Big run up. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Tuesday afternoon. How's everybody doing? It looks like Dogecoin is trying to move back up after a dip earlier this morning. Are we ready for the next leg up on Dogecoin and Bitcoin and ETH and all those too? So we're going to talk about all of that here on this live stream. Welcome to the KrissPax live stream. This is the place to be. So glad all of you are here. More coming in because, you know, we keep it real, but we have some fun too as well. So welcome everybody. Let me get down here and let's do a quick overview of where things are. 20.5 cents. We're back in the bottom of the green box that was trying to hold the support here yesterday, and early this morning it did fall below to 19.5 cents, but we're back up to 20.5 cents. So we're going to see whether this holds as support up here. Bitcoin, it dropped down to 110.5, now up to 113.5. So again, Bitcoin fell overnight. Dogecoin followed. ETH followed. Again, I keep saying it's not just Dogecoin. People come into, oh, Dogecoin sucks. It keeps going. Have you seen the rest of the crypto market? I mean, come on. There was some guy on X this morning who was just going on and on and on about how terrible Doge is. And I'm just like, it's the whole crypto market. It's like, it's all going together. The whole market is moving up and down and up and down. It's like, oh, well, Fartcoin's doing Fartcoin. Did you see how much Fartcoin dropped on the dip? Did you see how much it went down? Way, way more than Dogecoin. And it just like, you can't, I just give up. I give up on that. It's just like, oh man. So yeah, welcome everybody. This is the place to be. And thanks to Ryan, I believe it was like, get in, loser, right? Right? Get in, loser. It's like, come on. I love it, right? Well, yes, I sneak on early again, which is why you have to be subscribed, why you have to have your notifications on. Oh, Tom, we've been there. We had all the @ names like last month, but then this month it's back to the YouTube names. So are you back? Are you with the @ again, Tom? Yeah, we had the @ last month. We had the @, and now it's like, that's how it goes. Silly YouTube, right? I have no control. And then notifications don't go out, and they're supposed to go out, and they don't. And it's just like, ugh. But good to see you, Tom. Nice of you to drop in. Yes, and I started half an hour earlier before Charlotte falls asleep again. An Elon Doge tweet would be handy right now. We had one this morning. It was a little one, but we had it this morning, so. Yep. Let's see. So we covered that. What's going on over in the news? It's like, hey, we had this insider Bitcoin whale, which I showed you. It's like somebody opened up a big short on Bitcoin. Well, they closed it. They closed the position, and that was about an hour, 2 hours ago, an hour and a half ago, something like that. Closed the short, took the profit. So what do they know? And of course, right, Barron? Like Barron's like, huh? Did you call my name? Was it Barron? Who was it? Who really owned this account? Because they just made millions of dollars more. I think they set it for $390 and closed at about $490. So that's $100 million in profit. Not bad for a day's work, huh? Not bad for a day's work. $100 million. But hey, if it helps us go up, let's go up. We've got still a 96.7% odds of a rate cut coming on the 29th of October, which Tom Crown will be hosting the next big epic FOMC live with Chair Powell, his friend, only for a few more months. We have Chair Powell around. I don't know what Tom's going to do once Chair Powell steps down and there's some new guy. Not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. But we have this to look forward to. And then we've got Trump and Xi Jinping, right? The whole US-China trade deal. That's coming at the end of the month. So we just got to get there. We got to get through the next couple weeks. We just got to get there. I think we're going to chop around for a bit. But look, with the big dip around Bitcoin has the stock RSI, that's the stochastic RSI, ended up dipping back down. So we're having the crossover, the big crossover. It's time to go up. This is the next move. Bull run, fall 2025. That would be the next leg up, and then some. And then some. So we have that to look forward to. Meanwhile, over on the ETH side, the Ethereum breakout has set up, right? It went over its long-standing resistance line, came back, retested, had the dip. Yep, had the big dip on Friday, came back, retested. Now it's just time to go higher. We do have the pingers on. The pingers on. So we'll be watching what's getting liquidated. Oh, there was a little red candle there. We just had a little red candle taking out some longs. Huh. Yep. Red candle just took out some longs right there. Those degen gamblers are not going to stop. They're not going to stop. No, those weren't the shorts. Those were longs. Those were brand new longs. Only a couple hours old. Just got liquidated. Yep. Oh, they won't stop, those degens. So I'm targeting $5,000 ETH first, and then maybe 6 or 7 on the top, not 10. A lot of people calling for $10,000 ETH, and I am not one of those. However, the ETH next leg up is loading. As long as key support holds, the next leg up remains the most likely scenario for ETH. And again, we got Bitcoin first, then ETH, and then alts. And it follows that cycle again and again and again. We need ETH to move. We need a big ETH move coming. So what about Dogecoin? Well, this morning we did have Elon and his 100% post in response to Sir Doge of the coin, that Dogecoin is based on energy. And Elon was responding to someone else talking about Bitcoin and energy and how that proof of work cryptocurrency like Bitcoin is better than fiat that can just be printed out of thin air, but it takes energy to create a proof of work cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and Dogecoin. So that was cool this morning. Elon, hey, thank you, Elon. All right. Just putting that out there. He didn't have to do that, right? He saw the post. He did not have to do that, but he did. Is this another little wink, a little wink and a nod that, like, still watching out for the Dogecoin family? Maybe. A lot of people, of course, taking it to the next level, right? X money, Doge, like, and I'm just like, slow down, wait a minute. Let's wait a minute on that. But today we've got new news, in kind. In kind is a 4,800 plus United States restaurant network, and it just signed a letter of intent with the House of Doge to integrate Dogecoin payment acceptance into their in-kind payment app. In-kind supports restaurants with innovative interest-free financing by providing upfront cash in exchange for future dining credits, offers diners rewards app to discover, pay, and earn cash back at thousands of partnered eateries across the US, creating a win-win cycle for both businesses and food lovers. Check out the restaurants that will begin accepting Dogecoin as a result of this partnership. And Red Rider says, I already found like 48 of my usual dining spots on the list. So we click on the link and we're like, in kind, interesting. No, I don't want to claim a reward right now, but I'll get back to you on that. And so you go to the in kind and you can search for all kinds of restaurants, and there's 100 of them in Boston. What do we got? What do we got in Boston here? No? Boston, thank you. That's what we were looking at. Want to see what they got. Couple in the South End, a few in the Back Bay. Oh, the Friendly Toast. They're good. Boston Chops. California Pizza Kitchen. Nice. Lobster on a roll. That's pretty good. How about over here? What do we got? Trade, Stillwater, Boston Chops again. Not too much in the North End. That's where the Italian places are. I don't think they would like the in-kind kind of app. That wouldn't be their thing. That wouldn't be their thing. City Winery. All right. We can spend Dogecoin in some good places here. Mike and Patty's. Nice. So you can click on that link from Red Rider and you can go to inkind.com and smoothies at Juicy Greens. Huh. Nice. Asian sandwiches, taqueria, Mexican tacos, Ocean Prime Steakhouse, pizza. Lots of good choices. Anyway, so we all need to go pay with our Dogecoin. Yes, need to do that. We're talking Dogecoin. This looks to be the first in many major corporate adoption moves for Dogecoin payments, thanks to the House of Doge's efforts in payment rail products. They were talking partnerships, so they're coming. They are coming for Dogecoin. What is going on with the pinger? More red candles. No. We're supposed to do the next leg up, not leg down. I blame Bitcoin. It's all Bitcoin's fault. Anyway, cool little app here where you can search for these places. And I don't know how long this is going to take to actually start when they begin accepting Dogecoin. And Web3 Explorer says, look, so is it actually becoming the people's currency? Yep, it is. So we can pay for steak with memes now, right? So again, this isn't the type of news that's going to cause Dogecoin to go up like 10 cents immediately, right? This is the slow kind of building utility kind of thing. Dogecoin taking its time, but that's what we've got going on here. So it continues. And then always pay the bill on a red candle. No, you want to pay on the green candle, right? When it goes up, you get more buying power. More buying power. While you're eating dinner, you want Dogecoin's price to be rocketing up. And then when it comes time to pay, and then there's a sad bit of news today, people. Sad bit of news today. MTV Music Channel is shutting down. MTV shutting down. Of course, you know, they blew it, right? Because they were doing great just showing music videos. And then they started to do these shows, scripted, non-scripted. And then the shows took over and they decided to create MTV2, right? Where they would show videos on MTV2 and MTV1, the main one, would just continue with their shows. And then MTV2, like, wasn't really getting promoted. It wasn't carried by all cable, you know, operators. And so it kind of died out. And there were no more music videos. And it's just like, wait, we loved the music videos. Just keep the music videos going. Instead, they were doing all these stupid shows. Yeah, right, Ryan. They were still in operation? Well, now officially shutting down. No more MTV. Trump is talking about Charlie Kirk. Today would have been Charlie Kirk's 32nd birthday. So I don't really want to spend our precious time together listening to Trump talk about Charlie Kirk. So we will continue talking about crypto and other more important things like MTV. True, Ryan. You can get music videos anytime you want now from anywhere. I mean, YouTube has them all. On YouTube, you just search and there it is, whatever you want to watch. But it was fun finding out new artists. And I mean, back then, 40 years ago, I mean, you just didn't have the access to the music artists, except for going to concerts. That's all you had. So yeah, MTV was kind of propaganda. I mean, they pushed certain artists over others. There was a lot of payolas coming from like music publishers, play this, play that, you know, all of that was going on, of course. But yeah. Take on Me by Aha. Sabotage. Oh yeah, Beastie Boys. I remember that. Yeah, the Take on Me Aha was like one of the best. And I also liked Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer. The Sledgehammer video was a good one. Back in the day. Back in the day. Sledgehammer. When I was little, I told people that's what I want to do with my life, make music videos. I know, and you'd be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the one you really wanted to see. Yep, that was pretty good. It was good times back then, way back then. End of an era. Yep, yep. Neek asks if I took any profits. I did back in January, Neek. I took profits in January to buy the house. And it ended up being pretty good timing because most crypto prices aren't back up to that level yet. So, yeah. When will I take more profits? Well, I've done a little bit of kind of trading, right? Sold the Trump token, bought pump.fun. That went up. I sold near the top, right? So I've done some of that. Doing stock swing trading. I did buy more Zone. because it's dropping. Oh, it went a little bit lower late afternoon here. But that'll go back up. So I'm just doing a little bit of that. Dancing in the street. Jagger and Bowie. Genesis Land of Confusion with those puppets. Yes. And they made puppets of the Genesis guys too. That was hilarious. Hey, CDC, how are you? Yeah, told ya is one of those things, Con, we don't like in the chat. So that doesn't go over very well, the told ya thing. Just putting that out there. I know, All Eyes on Doge would have been a great video to play on MTV. I agree. All eyes on Doge. Realistically, do we hit 40 cents by year end? That's my low end target, Stefan. When I showed that the other day, my low end target, 40 cents. Yeah, YouTube. You can find even those old, very rare music videos. They're all on YouTube. So, yep. Yeah, F1, I'm not looking at that. Okay. I mean, you've been posting and posting and posting about it. I'm not looking at it. I don't know. I have no idea what that is. Okay. Sorry. I just have no idea. 6 weeks in a row, Tuesday has been a dump day. Is that right? Tuesdays, huh? Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I canceled my restaurant order. Price is going down. Yeah, about the ETFs. Again, we got to get this government shutdown ended. Got to end the government shutdown and get those ETFs trading. Big run up to the moon. I've got about 400,000 Dogecoin now, Kusama. That's what I have left. I know, right? That was the Dire Straits song, right? With Sting. Remember that? Video killed the radio star. The Buggles. The Buggles. Yes, the first video played. What did Elon say? Yeah. You didn't see my video this morning? Aesthetic. You need to watch my videos. And I showed it earlier in this live stream too. I'm DCAing Doge right now. You've got $55,000 in Doge. You've got 20,000 in cash. Well, I can't tell you what to do, Neek, but you're doing very well for age 21. That is nice. Keep doing what you're doing. The BlackRock CEO is talking, Philip. Yeah, 100, exactly. Elon's quote. I don't know. I'd have to go onto my spreadsheet and see. It was all different prices. I was buying that at all different prices. Yes, Matt. When I say low end, I showed that the other day on my chart. Between 40 and 80. 40 and 80, that's the range. And someone said, oh, it's too low. I'm just like, hey, look where we are right now. We're in October, mid-October, and we're at 20 cents. So I'm just saying. Christoph, you have a mice infestation. Ah, well. You got to take care of that. You just can't let them in the first place. Tuesdays are for tacos. The Russell 2000 made a new all-time high. Then we should be flying. We should be flying. Bitcoin. That was just a wick down. Take out some leverage. Now moving back up. That's all. Yes, I think Doge will 3x. Somewhere around there. Again, we got to let it all play out. Got a little greedy, bought at 26, so you need to bring your average down. That's how you do it. I don't know, Matt, how long it'll take once the government shutdown ends for the SEC to get their act together and push out ETFs. I have no idea. Hey, Sunshine. Hello, hello. How are you doing? How are you doing? The Wanch, a super sticker. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Are there rumors? I could start a rumor. October 20th. Rumor. October 20th. Government shutdown will end. I should just post that on X and see what happens. Because that's what a lot of people do. They just make shit up. They call it a rumor. Rumor. Government shutdown will end on October 20th. Those that know, know. If you know, you know. Tuesdays are your days off, Charlotte. That's why the markets go down. Yeah, Russell. I don't know what the Russell 2000 ticker is on here though, because they don't say Russell. It's called something else. There's an iShares Russell 2000 ETF, but that's not the same as the Russell 2000 itself. But it does show that it indeed did go an all-time high and then dumped the last half hour. So at 3:30, we were looking pretty good. But 3:30 to 4 o'clock, not so good. Trump is saying that China's causing a soybean war. Ugh. What happened to Mario? Mario. Yes. If Christoph had a Pax cat, that'll solve the mice problem. Dogs don't take care of that, but a cat would. Oh, hey, Gerard. I know, 6 more days, Ryan. Hey, Maramello. Yash, how are you? Do you hold everything in Doge or do you also hold others? I hold others. Got some Bitcoin, got some ETH, got some Litecoin. And Bonk, Pengu, Crow. And then I have the KrissPax DCA portfolio that's Doge, Bitcoin, ETH, Algorand. It's got a little Sheeb, a little Sui, Jasmy, and I'm just going to sell all of that at some point in time, maybe November. I know, I was kidding, Aesthetic. They told you what Elon said, or you can go and see my post on X about it. It's right here. So you got to follow me on X. That's what I'm doing, other stuff. I'm doing other stuff on X. Patience. Big run up. Yeah, I mean, the 20th, it's as good a day as any, right? IWM, is that what it's called, Flostill? IWM? IWM. Ah, that's it. 20 days. 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 20 Oh, those are all ETFs. Index fund. Is it that one? Index fund. There's so many of these. I guess it's all the same, right? It's all the same. I don't know the actual numbers on Russell 2000. Let me go to Russell 2000, 2,495. Russell 2000 index. Yeah. So at about 3:30, it was up at 25.12. Yeah, this other IWM, this is just a it's an ETF. It's not the actual Russell 2000. So I don't know how to get to it here. I've seen people reference it before, but no, this is all the same ETF. So it's not IWM. It's something else, but that's okay. I've got it here on Yahoo Finance. Yeah, so time for alts to just start running. We should start running. Con says it's RTY. RTY. Invesco 2000. Nope. Yeah, I don't know on TradingView. I don't know on TradingView. Nope. That's okay. Yeah. Hey, the Dogecoin account. You don't have to post multiple times, please, on comments and in chats. We get it. You're excited about Doge. We love it. Is the Zone stock in trouble now that House of Doge is working with another company? That's a great question. And Zone stock did go down. I bought the dip, though, on the Zone stock this afternoon. So I bought into it right before I got on this live. So, so we'll see. But I don't know what the House of Doge is doing with two companies now, but we'll see. Good morning. Oh, right, Charlotte. Yeah, that other one. XRP, right. Forgot about that. Yeah, we're not doing meme coins hype. Not doing meme coins here. Are we getting a Dogecoin ETF on Friday? You tell me, is the government shutdown going to end on Friday? Otherwise, it gets delayed. It gets delayed. I used to hold a lot, and I cut back. And at the end of this cycle, I'll be cut back even further. I don't want to hold 20 different cryptos. Smash the likes and subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Jerome Powell, Q2 likely ending. Got to lighten up that balance sheet, right? Got to lighten up that balance sheet. Yeah, they talk about that all the time, Anthony, using private sector stuff. And then all the workers end up coming back and they get paid. And I mean, it happens every government shutdown. That's cool, F1. That's all right. I just saw it. I saw it multiple times, and I have no idea what that even is. If it's a crypto or a stock or whatever, I have no idea. But good luck. Good luck to you. Yeah, I'll look for it again on TradingView later. Whatever it is. Ryan thinks it's rut. Cork the bridge. You're out of dry powder for zone. I mean, I lowered my average from $1.97. I sold at 204. Right? I bought into TBH. I made $1,200 on that. And then I bought back into zone. And I think my average is like $1.77. So that's the kind of swing trading I do on stocks. I'm back in it again. And now it's down to what, $1.73? So a little bit down. It went a little bit lower. Yeah, $1.73. So it went a little bit lower than my 177, but that was better than just holding what I had up at $1.97. The House of Doge was not in an exclusive relationship. But those clean core guys are probably pissed. What? House of Doge is cheating on me? You're cheating on me. Oh my God. Hey, partnerships are coming, right? And if you guys didn't see this news about In-Kind restaurant app, pay in Doge. So again, I don't know how this actually works in terms of where the coins go. I mean, is it like BitPay where the coins go to this company and the company then pays the restaurant in fiat and the company then keeps the coins. They keep the crypto. It's probably something like that. So not quite the same as doing a peer-to-peer exchange of Dogecoin. So not quite the same. Others asked all my questions today. So what to ask now? What's your name, Kriss? It's Kriss. Kriss. It's my name. I'm just Kriss. It's like Madonna, you know? Madonna's Madonna. I'm Kriss. And I just go by Pax. KrissPax. DJT, Trump, media has accumulated approximately $2 billion in Bitcoin-related assets, representing about 2/3 of its total liquid assets. Wow. I wonder what else they do. They just invest in Bitcoin now. Huh. Zone is DAT. I heard them say it today. Oh, they are. There was an X Spaces, weren't there? I was working. I did not get to hear it. But thanks, Sean, for sending the link. I'll listen to it later tonight. I will listen to that. I am having a great day. How about you, Kriss? I'm having a great day. I don't like telling people about crypto or that I'm involved. The negative perception of leverage traders. Yeah. Yep. Trump is making Bitcoin home here in the US. We'll see how that works out. Again, he's really more about making money. So John is looking for 34-cent Doge. Uh-oh, what did you do, Christoph? What did you do? Those poor mice. Yeah, I don't do dividend investing type stocks, Spencer, so I don't know what are the best dividend bearing companies. It's not something I do. So good luck. I know. Sly, on Friday, it was just unbelievable what was happening at the time. I was live while it was happening. We were live streaming. And when Doge went below 10 cents, I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe I was seeing that price. Yeah, Boss Mac, I just decided to go for it. So we'll see. The first swing trade didn't get me a lot, from like $1.97 to 204, even though it was up like at 250 on that Monday a week ago, and I didn't sell then. But then I would have put it into something else and probably lost. So, and then the whole Bragg House thing, TBH, came out. So I did a good swing trade on that. And then saw Zone dipping below $1.80 and was like, oh, I got to buy some of that. No, we don't do shoulda, woulda, couldas here, Sly. Nope, we don't do shoulda, woulda, couldas. The thing now is, what do you do now, right? And in the future, because you can't change the past. That's the only way to keep positive thinking, right? Keep your brain from eating you up. If only I had sold here, if only I had bought. No, you can't think that way. You got to think positive in the moment. Here's where the price is now. What are you going to do now? And what are you going to do in the future? 19 cents, probably. Probably. I know I'm the opposite, right? Dogecoin next leg up means what? It's going to go down. Yes, Anthony. The reverse KrissPax. I'm right up there with Kramer, right? I'm right up there with Kramer. But then what happens if it actually does go up? Then what? You did what you had to do. It's either me or them. I chose me. I know that Friday live stream was incredible. It's kind of like a dream now to me. It's really like a dream. I mean, I know it's still there on my channel and I can rewatch it whenever I want, but like, oh, that was crazy. Ali said he's going long on SWI, so that means what? Well, Ali usually shows a chart and he doesn't really commit to a specific thing. I mean, he doesn't say he's going long on something typically. He's just showing a chart with some lines on it and says, if it breaks here, it'll go here kind of thing. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Welcome to trading. I know, right, Omar? Swap my XRP for SWI. Luca, if you see a big green candle on XRP, right, all of a sudden XRP shoots up when nothing else is. Maybe it's another fake news thing, right? Or maybe there's another lawsuit that's been dropped, right? And XRP goes up. That's the time to do it. Yeah, Con, we started out with that. You were late. You were late. I already covered that news. So what does this mean? I mean, they made $100 million. Not a bad day's work, right? 100 mil? Not bad. Does that open the door for the next leg up? That's my whole thing right there. Next leg up. You sold Zone a few days ago. Today it sank another 5%. Right. I was in that other stock, and then I was able to buy back into Zone at a lower price. We'll see what it does from here. On the Fidelity website, the DJT has Eric Trump as president. Website that Eric Trump was at bank at President Trump Trust doing something to do with DJT going into an ETF or something. Oh, yeah. Maybe they're just buying Bitcoin ETFs. BlackRock's probably. Don't do any more Friday live streams. Kriss is banned from doing Friday live streams. Indeed. All right. I'm banned from Friday live streams. Ali playing both sides. Oh, yeah. He always does that. Whatever gets him the clicks, he doesn't care. If it goes up, then you missed it. Easy come, easy go. You know, I'm right more often than I'm not right. You know that, right, Anthony? I'm right more times than I'm not right. Sure, altcoins can retest lower Bollinger Bands. It happens all the time. And really, you've got to look at which time frame, because there's a big difference between Bollinger Bands on a short time frame versus a long time frame. Michael Anthony. You buy Bitcoin when you see a big red candle. Usually I'll go to like the 4-hour chart and I see like these big red candles. That's the signal to buy. You don't know where support is. Support can be broken. Everybody thought support was up here at 120. 120 was solid support. I mean, look at this. Right here, 120. Solid support. We had that pull back there after the green candles, hit that line, came higher. Then we had that dip right there, right? Dip down 120, went higher. That was pretty strong support, right? Nope. Dump. So that can happen. I look for the red candles, not support lines, because support can always be broken. But when you see the big reds, that's when you buy. And I did that on Doge. I did that. We were in this red candle thing, and that's where I bought. Right there. It just kept going. Totally manipulated by Binance. It kept going. So, there you go. Next leg up, as long as Trump stops messing with the China stuff. Agreed. He's supposed to meet with Xi on like October 31st, November 1st, right around there. So we got a couple weeks to wait. Let that play out. You think it's a bear market, Woj? I don't. We disagree with that. But that's okay. We can agree to disagree. I just don't think it's a bear market. Martin doesn't think it's a bear market. We're still in bull. In my view, with all things happening, alt season, last quarter rally for 2025, it will not happen. Because it's talked about too much, it won't happen. But sometimes it just does. Zombie got liquidated on Friday. Crypto flush out. Yep. And again, that's leverage trading. If you just buy on spot, buy on the dips, you're still in the game and you don't get flushed out. That's all I can say. Look for the red candle, start buying back in, but buy on spot. Don't try and revenge trade and try and make it all up. You'll get wiped out again. That's what they're doing. I don't know what's going on in Congress. I'm just not following it. I'm waiting for October 20th. That's my prediction. I'm sticking with it. So October 20th. And when it happens on October 20th, it will be a glorious day for KrissPax. Because I'm the only one who has said October 20th. I put it out there. It's funny. Those things do tend to kind of happen. So, yeah. Alex waits for two things, money and a bear market. You know, Alex, it's like I say, right? I made as much money as I did this cycle because I was buying from the end of 2022 through the summer of 2023. That was the bear market. And I was not leverage trading. And I didn't make $2 million of leverage trading. I was buying on spot, buying on the dips. Was I 100%? No. I picked some altcoins that ended up not doing so well, but quickly realized on some of them, it was like, no, this one's not working. So I dropped that and go into something else. Did a little bit of swing trading, but not too much. I did all right. But that's it. The bear market is the key. We are not in a bear market now. I was buying Doge at 6 cents and 7 cents and even got some in the upper fives just about 2 years ago. Dogecoin was 5.75 cents. 2 years ago. That's when I was buying. So now, whatever you buy, you can really only expect a little bit of profit. Not the 3x or 4x. You shouldn't be thinking that. It's most likely not going to happen. But we'll see. I'm about to ditch crypto. Open an E-Trade account. Too many content creators sharing market secrets. Too many content creators, StarCat, are just making shit up because they don't know any better than anybody else what's going on. It doesn't matter. Just do your own thing. Do your own thing. And part of what I do here, I'm not a content creator that's sharing secrets. There's no secrets here, right? I'm open about everything I see. I tell you why I think something's happening. Am I wrong? Sure, everybody's wrong sometimes, but sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I'm right. And people like coming here to be entertained, right? We do that too. We commiserate together like we were on Friday. I mean, man, it was nice we were all together on Friday, right? And then last night, we actually did the SpaceX Starship test launch together. That was fun, right? Something totally different from crypto, right? So good times. We try. We try. Do we want crypto to be higher? Of course we do. We want to see our bags pumped up. We want to see our portfolios pumped up, right? It's not happening right now. So what can you do about it? Sit in the corner and gloat? Whoa, my bags didn't pump. It's investing, and it's crypto investing. We know how volatile it is. Buy in the bear, hold, take profits, be patient. That's it right there. If you look at the charts, like let's say Doge, kind of feel that there's more red candles than green candles. Yes, that is true. Anthony, you're absolutely right. But when those big green candles come, boy, are they glorious. That's the power of Doge. Patience as well. Yes, Toroidal. Patience. So if your profit was 2 million and you were buying around 6 cents, that means you would have invested roughly 120,000. I sold my other house. I told you that. I sold my other house and I put all of that equity into the markets. I bought Tesla stock. I bought a ton of crypto. I was renting. That's what I did. I don't recommend anybody do that. It was a big risk. But I did. Thank you, Sunshine. 100. I know, right? That's Elon's thing. 100. Oh. Right. We're clueless. All us content creators are clueless. We have no idea what the market's going to do. We don't control the market. These guys control the market. Whoever's doing these mega longs and mega shorts that know what's going on, insider information, however they're connected to Binance or whomever, they're connected. They know what's going on. The rest of us, quite fun. Exactly, Ron. Quite fun. I'm going on tour. I do kind of want to travel the world, though. I kind of want to do that. I can't wait. I'm the only one you watch. All the others are clickbait, fear-mongering, right? And all that TA crap. I mean, I like Tom Crown. Tom's awesome. He's very entertaining too. But in the end, it's lines on a screen. He doesn't know which way it's going either. When in doubt, zoom out, always. Chaos, not looking great. We're just chopping around, like I said. Remember the other day, are we going up or are we going down? And I was like, neither. We're going sideways. We're going to chop. U.S. government is still shut down. Uncertainty in the markets. We're chopping. That's what I said. I'm still on board with that. We're chopping. Once we didn't have that full V-shaped recovery, it was like, yep, we're going to chop now. Not financial advice, Ryan. Not financial advice. Don't do what I do. Do what I say. Oh, it was totally risky, Yash. It was totally risky. I believing in the 4-year cycles. Bitcoin got hammered after that FTX bankruptcy. And when all that news came out and Bitcoin went all the way down to like 115, I was like, okay, now's the time. That was it. Sideways, Mats. It's not up or down. Sideways, chop, 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 chop. I want to get that next leg up, though. The signs are pointing to the next leg up, as I showed at the beginning of the live stream. Next leg up. But we're not there yet. I already made my millions, Armando. Now I'm just coasting. I'm just coasting. I've got money in the market. I'm paying my taxes because I got to pay taxes, capital gains taxes, right? Pay my taxes. And then we'll see when the next bear market really comes. How low does everything go? No such thing as a head and shoulder pattern, Anthony. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Cup and handle, head and shoulder, reverse, split, whatever. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I mean, you could say on this, right? It's like you could say, hey, look, there's the shoulder, there's the head, there's the shoulder. I mean, you could do that, right? It does this all the time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Doge, 9 cents again. Trump is going to meet with Kim Jong-un. I mean, he's going to South Korea. I thought he was going to South Korea, not North Korea. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I read that wrong. Is this a retest? It's just chop, Bruce. It's really just chop. We're not retesting anything right now. A retest would be 9.5 cents. That would be a retest right now. All I see is a 2D side profile of Homer Simpson. On this chart? Yeah, I don't see that. It's like looking up at clouds, right? Formations of clouds in the sky. It's like, oh, that looks like a bird. Oh, it looks like a duck. Okay. I'd love to go to El Salvador. Absolutely. Yeah, I want to travel the world. I want to see lots of things. See lots of things. I'll get there. But I'm working right now still and doing this, so, but I'll get there. I will get there. Solana under 200. Yep. After the dip, the second dip came down to about 175. I guess that was really the time to buy, right? Was that second dip? Because you wouldn't have caught that first one. 175 on Sol. So what about XLM? What about XLM? So XLM's dip right there was about 31. About 31. I mean, the big dip came down to like 28. But the second dip, when you could actually buy it, that was 31. Now at 33. So I would say maybe that is support at 31. This dip that we had early this morning, yeah, it hit 31.9. And then again, the key was up here before the big drop Friday started was at 38. So that's the target to get back to. And that would create a new support line. And I look at that on all of these, right? So on Doge, that's up here at 25 cents. And on Bitcoin, it's up here at 122. So those are the numbers you got. On Bitcoin, still down quite a bit from there. So I'm looking for those kinds of prices to come back and create new support where we were last week, middle of last week. What's it going to take to get back up there? And the only one I know of that went higher was BNB. BNB was all CZ, like pumping it. And then when the CZ pump ended, BNB dropped. And now BNB is actually lower than where it was 9:30 Friday morning. Interesting that it came down below that line now. But yeah, CZ was pumping the hell out of that. You saw Homer Simpson too? You have to look with one eye covered. Really? Ooh, donuts. Oh. 8-cent Doge? Come on, man. If we go into a bear market and everything just goes down from here, then yeah, probably. But I'm like, I still think we're going up. Hector asking, is alt season coming? I still believe we're going to have an alt season. We're just stuck with this government shutdown, the whole China-US trade war thing. We don't have this next interest rate cut yet. Like all these things we're waiting for, waiting. So I think we're just going to chop around for a bit. Maybe November's the month, right? It's not going to be October. Love the discount. This is your stimulus by being able to buy in low prices. Yeah, I get it, Wojak. You think we're already turning into a bear market. And there are some who believe that, but most believe the opposite. You got Solana 127. Been holding that for a little while, huh? When was it last down there? It's been a while. It's been a while. 127. April. Yeah, that was the April drop. Solana was down in that range. Nice buy, Sean. That's when I bought Doge at 13 cents. That same time, 13 cents. Yeah. Goose, yeah. It's a good name for it. For this October. October 2025 will be known as that. You bought some SWE? SWE's going to be good. Again, it still follows the market, though. 269, got it down here on the dip this morning. Sweet. Oh, I had a magnet up here on SWE. $4. Not happening. I did have a magnet up here, though. $269. Last time SWE was at that price was June, the June dip. The April dip had gone even lower, like to $2. But here we are, buying on the dip. Yeah, we're just chopping right around the bottom of my green box. Sheep. These guys have heard this before. Someday, Sheep is going to go on a big run. Don't know when that's going to be, but it's just been getting pounded. It continues to be. Yeah, we're halfway through October and no major pump. Instead, we got a major dump. Yeah, you bought it today, Benjamin. Yeah. I was just looking at the last time it was at that level. Do you find it concerning? Generally speaking, all crypto moves in unison with each other. Yes. It's like stocks. Yes, it's a market. So all stocks pretty much move together too. Like 90% of the stock market all moves the same. Up, down, up, down, right? Same with crypto market. 90% of cryptos will move together as a market. That's just how it works. I mean, you look at like almost every crypto, you'll see the same pattern, the big dip and then coming back sideways, right? That is on every crypto. The big dip and then sideways. The big dip and then sideways. The big dip, side. I mean, it's all the same, right? That's just the market. It's all just kind of following the market. That's just what markets do. And that's why I just laugh at all the people that are just complaining about, oh, Dogecoin went down. Well, so did the rest of the friggin' market. It all went down. God. Those are usually people that bought Doge at like 45 cents or something, and they're bitter. They just want to blame somebody besides themselves. So, hey, blame me. For sure. Blame Kriss. Blame Kriss. Hey, a Santa Claus rally. Santa Doge. Let's do it. Is there any future for XRP? Yeah, you can still make money on XRP. It'll follow the market. At some point in time, a bit of news will come in. It'll jump higher than others. That's when you sell. And then it'll settle back down and just continue to follow everything else. That's what it does. Good evening, RR. Doge Pound. SPL thinks the crash is not over. Hey, Justin. You've been away for a week. What did you miss? I know, right? You can't do that in crypto. You missed 9.5 cent Dogecoin. That's what you missed. 9.5 cent Dogecoin. But you couldn't have bought it then. It was so fast. And the markets or the exchanges just weren't operating very well. The volume just, or they were purposely like not letting you buy. We think there was some of that going on. Sad we're dipping. I know, but we're retail traders, right? We have no control over the market. Even if we all bought Dogecoin, the price would still not go up because we're not whales. We don't have that kind of power. Out of our control. Hashtag blame Kriss. Thank you, Brian. Of course. 6 more months of chop. Yeah, the chops don't last that long. They're like weeks instead of months. What's going on with Zone? I know, right? It dipped today, which to me was a buying opportunity. So I bought down here. Now I got $1.77 right there. And now it's at $1.74. But after all this, and I sold at, where was the sale? It's a 2-hour chart. Yeah, I think I sold here. That was the sale. And then this is where I bought back. And in between that, I did the swing trade on TBH. So we'll see. That'd be great if this goes way up. $3, that's what Boss Mac wants, or $4. $4. Imagine where we're going to be in a year. Are we having an extended cycle or a super cycle? Don't know. You got a notification where you're out on a trail that Doge was down 60%. Yep. Quick glance at your phone, saw the price was 977, tried to buy, it wouldn't let you. That's common. That was everybody. Yep. Crazy day. Hola. Hola, Garmani. Dr. Tom, people are already calling for a bear market. Yes, they are. Are they insane? Maybe not. It's their belief. I wouldn't call them insane. The leverage at Bitcoin all-time highs. Do they think the makers are going to leave all that? I know. They're going to get the shorts. I believe they're going to get the shorts. I do believe that. For those that don't know what Dr. Tom is talking about, we go to our handy heat map. Our handy dandy heat map. And we look at Bitcoin on the, I think it's the 1 month. I think we look at the monthly. And you'll see all of this up here. And so at 126, there's $360 million of active shorts. At 126.3, you go up to 126.4, 126.5, there's another $400 million in shorts. So what Dr. Tom is saying is the exchanges are not going to let that go. They're not going to let that go. And in fact, once they start pumping the market back up, right, and new leverage comes in, what are they going to do? They're going to dump it, take down that leverage. New shorts will come in, then they'll pump it higher and take out them shorts, and it'll just bounce, bounce, and bounce. But eventually it's going to get up there and it's going to take all that out. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think Dr. Tom agrees with that. Bitcoin is going to come back up and hit a new all-time high. Looking now, it's probably more likely November than October at this point. But I think it will get back up here and it will take this out. Will there be more leverage traders coming in? Sure, there always are. But this big drop took out billions of dollars, like all of that, right? Billions of dollars of leverage were taken out. You don't think they want to take out those hundreds of millions? I think they will. I think they want to take all that out. But hey, that's just me. Oh. Jade, it was a total of $19 billion that was taken out on that dip. A total of 19 billion. And that was just in one day. That doesn't account for the stuff they took out a couple days before. So yeah. Apogee, how are you? Yeah, the Trump tweeting about China. He's got to realize that he's causing the market to dump when he does that. Hey, Dom. Yeah, I haven't looked at all the Michael Saylor stuff. I can't get into it. Yeah, there were some deaths as well. And that's sad. Is it now a good time to sell? Christoph. The chart is wrecked. Y'all can go to the moon without me. Sorry, Frank. But hey, I believe it's just my outlook, the heat map. shows that, but it's true. You can't trust it. Exactly. All these TA guys think they know what's going on. Nobody predicted that. Nobody with their TA predicted Friday's drop. You can't predict that. Cycles never peak on fear. It's greed. Were we greedy on Bitcoin back then? When Bitcoin hit up here? Were we that greedy? I mean, it had gone on a pretty good run. I don't know. Doge had only gone up to like 27 cents. It wasn't really greedy for Doge. But Bitcoins, that was a pretty big move. I don't know. Good learning opportunity. Yeah. Alan, you believe as well, alt season? We never had it? Thank you, David. Which live stream? I had two Monday live streams. Which one did you like? Are we buying Bragg House? I don't trust the stock, Eric. I don't trust the stock. I just did a swing trade because it was the new news about it, and now we're going to hear nothing for months until the deal actually goes through, which is going to be sometime in 2026. So they're really not doing anything. Bad time to be sticking with something. You ran a mile just for me? Aw. Oh, both live streams. Yes. If you guys don't know, I did, the typical Dogecoin, but then last night we watched the SpaceX Starship test launch together, and that was fun. That was fun. Just something different. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I was greedy in December 2024. That was the time to be greedy, but it was also the time to take some profits. XRP looks tasty. It's under 250. Just to get back to $3 here, right? 20% move. Just to get back to $3. That's my yellow line on XRP. And it was bouncing around $3 for a long time. That was a long time. Yeah, that was fun last night. Well, if you knew it, Victor, you would have traded it. The ones who avoided the crash are scalpers. The way they avoid this is closing trades by the end of the UK session on Friday. Friday, February 1st? I thought February 1st was a Sunday. How would I know that? Oh, February 1st was a Saturday. The Friday was actually January 30th. That's right. That's when I was taking my profits. That's when the tariff thing was going on. But Friday 1st was actually Saturday. Trump, exactly. All that tariff crap. That's when I knew I had to start taking profits. Fetch AI, totally wrecked, man. Totally. Unbelievable how much this thing has gone down. I mean, this is like one of the worst charts in crypto. This is where I sold. Saturday, February 1st. That's when I sold my fetch that I had, right at $1. And now it's at 30 cents. Whew. Should have sold up there. No, can't do that. No, shoulda, woulda, coulda. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know. But yeah, that next day, the markets tanked thanks to Trump and the tariff thing. Could see it coming. But this one especially just got crushed and continues to be crushed. I mean, look at this. Can't even recover. It's just going down. Of course, the wick was really bad on Binance. I mean, the Binance wicks were worse than anything else. Fetch came all the way down to almost 11 cents. Wow. That was crazy. Doge volume, 4.8 billion. A lot of trading. Hey, William. Stop buying after 17. And then when it hit 17, you bought again. That's your limit. Not going to buy any higher. Gappy's here. Hey, low roller. Did you see Spell Token? Man, is it down. We were just talking about Fetch AI, but I looked at Spell Token this morning. I don't know why I looked at it. For some reason, I was looking at my old favorites. Spell was crushed. Sorry about that if you still hold it. McDonald Monopoly game pieces. Oh, I don't play those games. Only Binance. Binance was compensating Binance users that got caught up in their USDE stablecoin DPEG to like $300 million. But they made $10 billion on Friday. So paying out $300 million when you make $10 billion, all it's doing is deflecting the news to make it look like Binance is actually good. No. No. They're bad. They're bad. They're doing this to make themselves look good when we in the know, no, Binance was bad. Very, very bad. You want a frap? I don't eat at McDonald's. I can't remember the last time I ate at McDonald's. Try and be healthier than that. Well, King Arc, I don't change my predictions. So what I put out there is what I put out there. It's going to be hard to get to 36 cents. Absolutely. And now with the government shutdown dragging on, that's going to keep things from moving. Was hoping to get the Doge ETF from Grayscale trading. As long as the government shutdown goes on, we won't have that ETF launching. So things are winding up more like the end of the month. The next FOMC meeting, the Trump Xi Jinping meeting, otherwise the US-China trade war is just going to drag. So all of that is keeping the prices depressed. So yeah, I don't think it's going to get there now, but yeah, McDonald's like 15 years ago. Exactly, David. The last time you ate at McDonald's, January 2014, you were cramping. Yeah, it's just not. It was not good food. Hey, around town, how are you? Yeah, McDonald's not that good. Burgers again. I know. Hey, Low Roller brought it up, and then he retracted his message, but I saw it. Right, BNB is high because exactly CZ and Binance were pumping it. It didn't drop like all the rest of crypto. They were protecting it. Robinhood and Coinbase going public was not good for crypto. They hunt for leverage and want you to use perks. It's all rooted back to stocks again. No, Robinhood doesn't do that. Robinhood is not a market. It really isn't. It's not an exchange. No. Robinhood, you're just trading the price. They don't have a market maker. They don't have an exchange. Now, how does Coinbase operate? I think they do have market makers, but they're not, they're regulated, not like what Binance does. OKX, HTX, like all of those. Bybit. Coinbase isn't the problem, in my opinion, StarCat. Trump and the rest of the US government steadily finding ways to keep the economy from growing. I think the big picture is still that tariffs will be good in the long run. It's just pain in the short term. I think the right idea, if he had just, like at the beginning, back in March, just set tariffs and didn't mess with it anymore, and just, okay, we've got the tariffs, and then just leave it. Just leave it alone. It's this stuff, tariff on, tariff off, tariff up, tariff down. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. Not good. Mickey D's hash browns are good, but they're like $4. Oh man, the prices in fast food restaurants, from everything I see, just ridiculous for what you get, paying so much. That's inflation. Yeah, I get it. And maybe I'm still thinking comparing to prices from like 10, 15 years ago. That very well could be. Bottom line, if it has a drive-through, it's not any good for you. Long time for you too, DB. I know. Interesting, though. Binance Insurance. Wait, Binance had insurance? They paid out $1 billion, but then they gave back $300 million? So it was an insurance payoff. It wasn't even them. Oh, God. That just makes it worse for them. In my eyes. Hey, Duchess, how are you? Fear and greed. Let's look for the Dogecoin fear and greed. Right? Dogecoin fear and greed. 40. As of this morning, it's 40. Neutral. The bottom end of neutral. The other day, it was down at 27. Fear. But it's kind of moving up a little bit to 40. I'm not going to move to Dubai, but I'm going to visit it someday. But not move. I'm here in Boston right now. This is my house. McDonald's is fine dining in some parts of Idaho. Ooh. Yeah, Robinhood bought Bitstamp. I don't know what that arrangement is. I still don't know what that is. Bitstamp is still Bitstamp. I use Coinbase for most of my crypto trading magic. Coinbase. Are they getting sued? What are they getting sued about? Some idiot leverage trader, futures trader that got wiped out? Blame it on somebody else except yourself because you made a stupid trade? Oh. The flash crash set off price alerts. I forgot I set. Ding, ding, ding. I know. Didn't think those prices, we're going to see those again. Will the bull market stretch into next year? No way of knowing, is Fandyar. No way of knowing. Right. If he had just set exactly sensible tariffs on specific goods to make the balance, trade balance even, right, with different countries, and then just that's it. That's it. I've predicted the US government shutdown will end on October 20th. We have 6 more days. That's KrissPax's prediction because it's 10:20. It's 10:20. 2013 was your last fast food experience. Yeah. And your body is probably healthier for it. The coffee at McD's is not bad if you're in a hurry. Oh, I don't know if I could do that. Oh, a daiquiri drive-through. Ah, now that sounds good. But why would you have a drive-through selling alcohol? It's like, don't drink and drive, right? Somebody left a McDonald's hamburger out for 2 months and it never grew moldy. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, why would you want to eat something like that? The stop losses didn't work. Exactly. Now, I forgot why the stop losses didn't trigger. On Saturday, somebody explained that, and I don't remember what it was now. Yeah, I don't remember. You need a bat or a bot that tracks Trump's tweets. Sell. Morteza, hello. Welcome. Yeah, I'm not going to redo my price predictions, Miguel. I'm just going to let it play out. McDonald's in the 70s was better than now. Probably. They probably had better food and actually a burger that would grow mold if you had it sitting out for a day. It has to do with the stop limits. So they had stop limits set and they weren't triggered, and that's why they're filing a suit. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to go back and see what the reasoning was on the stops. and why the stops didn't happen. My girlfriend said if Dogecoin doesn't go up by Christmas, I got to move out. All right, it's all unpredictable. Exactly, Josh. Like I said, nobody predicted this drop. And in fact, that morning, in my morning video that I made, right, there was no sign of that. And then in the afternoon, when I went live, I was looking at all of, because it did go down in the morning. Doge dropped to like from 25 to 23. There was that first red candle. And then when I went live, I was looking back at the tweets right before 9:30 that morning, and they were all positive. Like everybody was predicting this just going back up. Nobody predicted this drop. So yeah, totally unpredictable. No KFC in Norway. So when you travel abroad, I like to take one trip to KFC and gorge myself on greasy chicken. Well, I guess if you were gonna do a fast food, I mean, the chicken is chicken, right? It's like it's not a made up thing like a McDonald's hamburger. It's chicken. It's just all the grease and other stuff they put on it. But I get it. I get it. I own it. Yes, SBL. You believe it's going to go down more. Trump's fault. Yeah, blame it all on Trump. The computer overload. That's why the shorts didn't trigger. Could be. I once put a packet burger in a microwave and I accidentally put it on for 15 minutes and it shrunk it down to a key size. Oh my God. I wonder what that was made out of. Yeah, I know you believe that, David, but I don't think Doge was the main target. Binance was not specifically targeting Dogecoin. They were getting everything. But I get how you believe that, but no, I don't like the Gary profile picture. Do something original. That's just me, though. There is some guy going around calling himself Gary Gensler with a very similar profile picture, and I'm just like, no. My stream has no effect on the market. Not at all. I'm a little fish here. Just a little fish. Peter got some Doge at 15 cents. Yeah, we went through the other day. Everybody saying what they were able to get. 12, 13, 14. There were a lot of those. 15, great price. No, that background sound is my laptop. My laptop is, the fan is going off. And I can't shut it down. So there's a little whooshing sound in the background. It's my stupid old laptop. Probably have to get a new one. Yeah, I know. Blame Trump, right? So you don't have to blame Kriss. It's all Kriss's fault, but I'll blame Trump. The markets know that FOMO retail is not here yet. So the uninitiated get initiated the hard way. Hey, some said that whole flush out just clears the path for the big move up now, right? Cleared off $19 billion of leverage. So now it can take off, right? It can now go. It can just go now. Cleared out all the leverage. Let's go, right? We are small. Even a prince, right? We are small. Have no control over anything. I just fried cut up chicken thighs, make boneless wings with Wagyu tallow. So good. Finance is the only whale. The Kriss effect? Yeah, there's nothing like that, right? No. Doesn't exist. No updates on the miner. I'm sending messages and they're not responding. It's not a good look. Not a good look. Kriss is not happy. When Doge pumps, maybe we can all afford new laptops. Yeah, the fan has finally gone down to a really low volume now. But yeah, that was bad a little bit ago. Agreed. Surprised you could hear it, but I have a good mic though. It's the Snowball Ice. It's a good mic. I'm making chicken drumsticks today. Ooh, that sounds good. Spicy? A little bit spicy. We are initiated. Yes, right. And we didn't lose, did we? We did not lose because we were not leverage trading. So we are initiated. It was the uninitiated or those that were just gambling. Oh. If Doge had a cool sponsor like Misty Mountain Blue Powerade. Well, I mean, this is big, right? The in-kind thing. This is really big. So you're going to be able to use your Dogecoin in this app. We'll see how that goes. I mean, it's no different than a company taking BitPay. Like, remember the Dallas Mavericks? Mark Cuban made this huge thing about being able to buy Dallas Mavericks tickets and merch, a few years ago using Dogecoin, if you remember that. But that was all through BitPay. And he was accepting other cryptos too. It was no just specifically Doge thing. I don't know whether this, I'll have to look at it, whether this in-kind thing actually accepts other cryptos or is it only Doge? That's what I want to find out. If it's only Dogecoin and it's not Bitcoin and ETH and all those others, now that's different. I like that. But if it's all of them and Doge just happens to be one of many, it's like, no big deal. It's already being done. The best indicators, the Russell, DXY, Bitcoin. I know it's the market. To be honest, Ryan, actually wanting a new laptop. It's a decade old. Mine is 4 years old. Yeah, maybe 4.5. I've had this laptop, about 4.5 years. Yeah, the battery really doesn't work anymore. I have to keep it plugged in all the time. So every time I move around, I have to unplug it, and I have about 5 minutes to plug it in somewhere else before it shuts down. It's like, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. That's kind of interesting, huh? 20 billion disappears from crypto, and then Argentina is getting a $20 billion bailout. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Oh. Yes, the Ellen show. You remember that? Dogecoin. So I was like, God, that was a paid promo by Robinhood. You know it, right? Because then they started talking about buying on Robinhood. Oh, you can buy that on Robinhood? Yeah, you can buy that on Robinhood. It was just like, oh yeah, that was so obvious. So obviously a paid promo by Robinhood. It just was bad. And you know Ellen didn't go out and buy any Dogecoin, right? It's just like, no. Right, October Fed rate cut, still 93% chance. Right, and Powell wasn't going to say anything about a rate cut today. I said that before today. In fact, I said it yesterday during this live stream. So he's not going to say anything about a rate cut. That's not what he talks about during these talks. He has to wait for the FOMC, which is October 29th, and they'll announce it then. So the talk he did this morning was not about announcing anything. Now, he did kind of mention about like clearing off some balance sheets, which people interpret to mean end the quantitative tightening. But he didn't outright say that. He never really says anything until the actual FOMC. Right? I bought my laptop with stimulus check money as well. That's why it's 4.5 years old, right? It was stimmy money. Stimmy money got me the laptop. I know, it defeats the purpose of a laptop. I can still set it on my lap, though. It just always has to be plugged in. Yep, just carrying the plug around. Who made 119 million? Could it have been that guy? Could it have been? We don't know. It's fun to talk about, though. But yeah, maybe that guy. Tom Crown covered it live. I couldn't watch it. I was busy working today. Sometimes during lunch hour, I'm able to go on to Tom's live streams. If he starts at 12:30, I can see a little bit of it. But I usually have meetings and stuff other times of the day. Stupid work. B. Nance should buzz off. That's good. See, I like that. Definitely that guy. Right. How does it work when you have a Ledger hardware wallet and Ledger Live, but then get a new computer? Your info doesn't have to transfer. No, you just re-download Ledger Live and you set it up with your account. That's all. Because all the information is here, right? This is where the app sits for each coin. The app sits on the Ledger device. So you plug that back in on a new computer with a new downloaded Ledger Live app or whatever, right? And it'll work fine. I bought my dog with stimulus money. Should have named her Stimmy. Hey, Stimmy. Stimmy. Yeah, Ledger Live, exactly. Around town eating a brisket sandwich. That sounds good. That guy owes me. That guy owes me big. Oh, it's definitely an insider of some type that has access to a lot of money. Aussie, if you did that, then it's more inflation. I say no. Instead, give that money to the businesses who've had to raise prices because of tariffs. Do that. Now, the Doge savings was actually supposed to go to start to like buy more bonds and bring the debt down, right? I thought that's what they were going to do. Start working on chopping away at the debt. Why aren't they doing that? But no, don't give people free money again. We saw what happened last time with inflation. It was insane. I mean, it was fun having the stimulus checks as they were, but now look at the prices of everything compared to 2021. Not good. Not good. And of course, people's salaries haven't kept up with the prices of everything. The only price that's down is gas, right? Because Trump is manufacturing, right, more gas to artificially keep the gas prices low, so no one can say that we're in a recession. So he's playing that game. It's pretty obvious to me. Pretty obvious to me. But yeah, stimulus checks again, not a good idea. You just, let's take care of the other stuff, right? That's what we need to do. Give it in crypto, right? Hey, apparently they just seized a bunch more Bitcoin. The government did. Some more illicit Bitcoin they got somewhere. So more for their uncalled strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's a Doge world. Indeed, Jason. Good to see you, but I am shutting down the live stream now. Protect your Doge. Exactly. We'll leave on there. Protect our Doge. Hey, we're right at 20 cents. It's chopping sideways, not doing much. That's what we got. Be live again tomorrow on a Wednesday. We'll see what's going on then. It's probably just going to be chopping though, but we're hanging out, talking about other things too. So always a good time. Glad you all are here. And hope you have a good evening, or for Aussie and others, where it's already morning. Hey, good day to you, my friends. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.